We want to be so careful and so intentional about how we allow ourselves to be exposed to our world today. We know, for example, that in the case of the Boston Marathon bombing, when they compared the resilience and the impact of that trauma, that massive traumatic event, when they looked at how it impacted people and over the long term, the people actually who were present at the bombing were significantly less impacted than the people who had doom scrolled on social media and exposed themselves over and over to images and news and headlines and social media. And so that for me is such a profound illustration of how not only are we making things harder for ourselves through all of the things that we're being blasted with through all these different media elements, but also the flip side of it is actually how much control we have over the impact of these things on us. So definitely this feels a bit cliche, but it's true. Limit your exposure to the news. I love the news. I love especially thoughtful news, like opinion pieces, etc. I love reading those. But I noticed a direct impact on my own mental health, on my own anxiety, and also my own just irritation, reactivity, and ability to cope with other stresses when I was overexposed. So I'm very careful. I curate my social media feed very carefully. I actually deleted the news apps from my phone. If I want to, I have to go onto a browser and type it in if I want to go read those news sites. So I've created deliberate guardrails, and also even watching what I talk up to people about and how I think about things, and always having a hopeful perspective. And one of the things to perceive things differently and decrease the amount of threat that we feel we're perceiving is to think of also previous situations in our own lives, in world history, and how resilient humans are, and how even when the entire world seems to be saying in some ways things are going to be worse, there's so many times when things have been predicted that they haven't been nearly as bad as we had thought. So, so mindset, exposure, self-talk, and watching what we're thinking about all make such a difference.